Hello students, today we will discuss in-text questions of chapter number 4. First is, for the reaction R to P, the concentration of reactant changes from 0.03 molar to 0.02 molar in 25 minutes. Calculate the average rate of reaction using units of time both in minutes and seconds. So here we will see that average rate of reaction is given as minus delta R upon delta T. So that is equal to minus, now delta R is the change in the concentration of reactant, so that is R2 minus R1, that is final minus initial, upon delta T is T2 minus T1, again final minus initial. Now from the given data of the question, concentration of reactant, initial concentration of reactant R1 equal to 0.03 molar and final concentration of reactant, that is R2 equal to 0.02 molar. Initial time T1 equal to, now here delta T is already given 25 minutes, okay, so that is nothing but it is T2 minus T1, so T2 minus T1 equal to 25 minutes. So here minus, now R2 is 0.02 minus R1 is 0.03 upon delta T, that is T2 minus T1 is 25, so that is equal to minus 0.01 upon 25. So here we will see that minus will become plus, so 0.01 upon 25, so that is 4 into 10 raised to minus 4. Now numerator is delta R, so its unit is molar, capital M, and denominator is delta T, and delta T is in terms of minutes, so unit will be molar per minute. Now if you want to convert this in terms of molar per second, then in that case we have to divide 4 into 10 raised to minus 4 by 60, so that our answer will be in molar per second. Now 4 into 10 raised to minus 4 upon 60 is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 6 molar per second. So our two answers, one in terms of molar per minute is 4 into 10 raised to minus 4 molar per minute, and in terms of per second it is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 6 molar per second. Now in text 4.2 is, in the reaction 2A gives products, the concentration of A decreases from 0.5 mole per liter to 0.4 mole per liter in 10 minutes. Calculate the rate during this interval. So here we will see that average rate of reaction is equal to, now here we are having 2 moles of A, now A is the reactant, so there is a decrease in concentration of reactant, so we will write minus, then we will write delta A by delta T, so change in the concentration of reactant with time. And here we will see that the coefficient of A is 2, so that coefficient will be divided, so that will become half. So half minus half into delta A by delta T, so that is equal to minus half. Now delta A is the change in the concentration of reactant, so that will become A2 minus concentration of A2 minus concentration of A1 upon delta T. So that is equal to minus half. Now final concentration of A is 0.4. So that is A2 minus initial concentration of A is 0.5. So that is A1 divided by delta T. So that is 10 minutes. So that will be equal to minus half. Now 0.4 minus 0.5 is minus 0.1 upon 10. Now here minus minus will get cancelled. So that is equal to 0.005. The numerator is concentration, so molar, and denominator is time change, and that is in minutes, so it will be minute inverse. So final answer of average rate of reaction is 0.005 molar per minute. Now let us see the next question. Number 3, in text question 3, for the reaction A plus B gives products. The rate law is given by R equal to K into concentration of A raised to half into concentration of B raised to 2. What is the order of reaction? Now order of reaction is nothing but it is the sum of the powers of the concentration of reactants. So that is half plus 2. So that is equal to 5 by 2. So that is equal to 2.5. So 2.5 is the order of the given rate law equation. Now 4.4 is the conversion of molecules X to Y follows second order kinetics. If the concentration of X is increased to 3 times, how will it affect the rate of formation of Y? So here we will see that molecule X is converted into Y. So rate of reaction is equal to K into concentration of reactant. So here it is X. Now here the order of reaction is 2. So in the power we will write 2. So let us take this as equation number 1. Now what is said, if the concentration of X is increased to 3 times. So we will see that what will be the new rate of reaction. So that is equal to rate equal to K into, now concentration of X is increased to 3 times. So instead of X we will write 3x. So it will become 3x raised to 2 equal to, now this 3 square, when it will come out of the bracket it will become 3 ka square 9, and then we are remaining with K into concentration of X raised to 2. So here you can see that as compared to R1, suppose this initial rate is R1. So R1 was K into X square, and here suppose this rate is R2. So R2 is equal to 9. Now K into X square is nothing but it is R1. Okay. So here you can see that K into X square is nothing but R1. So instead of K into X square we can write R1. So here you can see that the new rate of reaction will be 9 times the rate of the original reaction. So how will it affect the rate of formation of Y? So what can we say? Okay, therefore rate of formation of Y will increase by 9 times. Will increase by 9 times. Now in text 4.5 is a first order reaction has a rate constant. So here K equal to 1.15 into 10 raised to minus 3 second inverse. How long will 5 gram of this reactant? So initial concentration of reactant is 5 gram. Take to reduce to 3 gram. So that means final concentration will be 3 gram. So we have to find out time. Now the equation relating K and T on the basis of first order reaction is T equal to 2.303 upon K log of R naught upon R. So here what we have done, that in the equation of rate constant we have changed the position of T and K. So that is equal to 2.303. Now K is 1.15 into 10 raised to minus 3 second inverse log of R naught is 5 and R is 3. So that is equal to, now when you will solve this, so that is equal to 2.303 into, now log 5 upon 3 is 0.2219 divided by 1.15 into 10 raised to minus 3. So that is equal to 444.38. Now K is in terms of second inverse. So T is the reciprocal of K. So T will be in terms of seconds. So we can say that the approximate value of time is 444 seconds. Number 4.6 is time required to decompose SO2Cl2 sulfuryl chloride to half of its initial amount is 60 minutes. So that means T half is given. So T half is equal to 60 minutes. Now we have to find out rate constant of first order reaction. Now for first order reaction, K equal to 0.693 upon T half. So that is equal to 0.693 upon 60. So that will be equal to 0.01155. Now denominator T half was in minutes, so K will be in terms of minute inverse. So that is our answer. Now in text 4.7 is what will be the effect of temperature on rate constant. So here we will see that according to the Arrhenius equation, the equation of Arrhenius on the basis of rate constant and temperature is K equal to A into e raised to minus EA upon RT. Here you can see that from the experimental data it has been found that with 10 degree rise in temperature, if temperature is increased by 10 degrees Celsius, or we can say 10 Kelvin, the rate of reaction is nearly doubled. The rate of reaction or we can say rate constant of reaction is nearly doubled. So on the basis of the Arrhenius equation, we can say that with 10 degrees Celsius or 10 Kelvin rise in temperature, the rate constant of reaction becomes nearly doubled. Now 4.8 is the rate of a chemical reaction doubles for increase of 10 Kelvin in absolute temperature. So just now we have discussed that with the increase in temperature by 10 Kelvin or 10 degrees Celsius, the rate of reaction becomes almost double. So here we can see that initially the temperature was 298 Kelvin. So T1 was 298 Kelvin, and then there is a rise in temperature by 10 Kelvin. So T2 will be equal to 298 plus 10, so that will be equal to 308 Kelvin. Now rate constant of a chemical reaction becomes double. So suppose initially rate constant is K1, so final rate constant K2 will be equal to 2 times K1. Now we have to find out EA. Now which is the equation relating T1, T2, K1, K2 and EA? So we are having the equation log of K2 upon K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 R, then in the square bracket we are having the difference of 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. So here you have to remember K in the log, when we are taking rate constant, then it will be K2 upon K1. Okay, so that is 2 upon 1, while in case of square bracket it will be 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. So here it will be 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. So in case of rate constant we have to take first 2 then 1, while in case of temperature we have to take first 1 then 2. Now log of K2 is nothing but it is 2 times K1 upon K1 equal to EA upon 2.303. Now if we want to find out EA in terms of joule, so R should also be taken in joule, so it is 8.314 1 upon T1. So T1 is 298 Kelvin minus 1 upon T2, so that is 308 Kelvin. Now here K1 cancelled, so log 2 is nothing but it is 0.3010 is equal to EA upon 2.303 into 8.314. Then inside a square bracket we have to take LCM. So 308 minus 298, so that will become 10, and in the denominator we are having 298 multiplied by 308. Now we have to find out EA. So when we make EA as a subject, so all the other things will go on the left hand side. So on the left hand side we will be having 0.3010 multiplied by 2.303 multiplied by 8.314 multiplied by 298 multiplied by 308, and 10 which was in the numerator will go in the denominator. So on solving this, our final answer will be 52,897.78 joule per mole. And if you want to convert it to kilojoule per mole, we have to move the decimal point 3 digits towards left. So finally you will get 52.897, that is nearly equal to 900. So 52.9 kilojoule per mole is our final answer. Now 4.9, in text 4.9 is the activation energy for the reaction 2HI gives H2 plus I2 is 209.5 kilojoule per mole at 581 Kelvin. Calculate the fraction of molecules of reactants having energy equal to or greater than the activation energy. Now here we will see that energy of activation is given as 209.5 kilojoule per mole. So that will be equal to 209,500 joule per mole. Absolute temperature capital T is 581 Kelvin, and R we already know in terms of joule, it is 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Now fraction of molecules equal to or greater than activation energy is nothing but it is x, and that is equal to e raised to minus ea upon rt. Okay, so in case of Arrhenius constant we write k equal to a into e raised to minus ea upon rt. So in this equation the term e raised to minus ea upon rt is nothing but it is a fraction of molecules whose energy is equal to or greater than ea. So that means we have to find out the value of e raised to minus ea upon rt. So suppose it is nothing but it is x. Okay, so e raised to minus ea upon rt is nothing but it is x. So that is the fraction of molecules. So that we have to find out. Now for that, first of all we have to remove exponent. Okay, so when we take exponent on the left hand side it will become natural logs. The natural log of x equal to minus ea upon rt. Now if we want to convert natural log into simple log, we have to multiply with 2.303. So 2.303 log x equal to minus ea upon rt. So log x equal to minus ea upon 2.303 rt. So that is equal to minus, now ea in terms of joule is 209500 upon 2.303 into gas constant R is 8.314 into T is 581. So when you solve it, it will come out as minus 18.8323. So minus 18.8323. Now if you want to find out x out of log x, if you want to find out x, so x will become equal to, now log on the right hand side will become anti-log. So anti-log of minus 18.8323. Now anti-log of negative value cannot be found directly. So what we have to do, we have to add 1 and subtract 1. Okay, so we are having minus 18.8323. First of all add 1. Okay, so when you add 1, it will become 0 cut 9, 0 cut 9, 0 cut 9, 1 cut 0, and this will become 10. So 10 minus 3 7, 9 minus 2 7, 9 minus 3 4, 9 minus 3 6, 9 minus 8 1, 0 minus 18 is minus 18. So this we have done, add 1. Now we have to do subtract 1. So it will become minus 19.1677. So that means you have to find out anti-log of minus 19.1677. So our final answer of x will be 1.471 into 10 raised to minus 19. So this is the fraction of molecules having energy equal to or greater than EA. So here in text gets completed. Now let us see exercise numericals. First exercise numerical is, from the rate expression for the following reactions, determine their order of reaction and the dimension of the rate constant. So number 1, in number 1 the rate of reaction is equal to K into NO raised to square. So from that order of reaction is nothing but it is 2. Okay, as the power of NO is 2. So order of reaction is 2. Now what will be the unit of a K? So we will see that rate equal to K into NO raised to 2 is given. In order to find out the unit of K, we have to use unit of K equal to concentration raised to 1 minus n time inverse. Okay, so here we know that order of reaction n is 2. Now what is the unit of concentration? So it is mole per liter raised to 1 minus n. So n is 2, so 1 minus 2, and then we are having time inverse. So suppose time is in second, so we'll take second inverse. So that is equal to mole per liter, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, then second inverse. Now when we open the bracket, it will be mole per mole inverse. Now liter raised to -1 into -1, so that will become +1. So mole inverse liter second inverse, so that will become unit of K. Mole inverse liter second inverse. In the same way we can find out order and unit of K for the remaining numericals. Now for second one, rate equal to K into H2O2 raised to 1 I minus raised to 1. So order will be equal to 1 plus 1. So order will be equal to 1 plus 1. So that will become equal to 2. And what will be the unit of K? So again same unit will be there. That means whatever we have found in the number 1, same will be the unit in number 2 also, because both are second order reaction. So here also unit of K will be mole inverse liter second inverse. Now in number 3, order of reaction will be equal to, so here acetaldehyde is there, so rate equal to K into acetaldehyde raised to 3 by 2. So order of reaction is 3 by 2. That is nothing but 1.5. Now unit of K equal to mole per liter raised to 1 minus n. Okay. So mole per liter raised to 1 minus n. So here 1 minus n is 1.5 second inverse. So that is equal to mole per liter. Now 1 minus 1.5 is nothing but it is 0 minus 0.5 second inverse. Or we can write mole per liter raised to minus half second inverse. So that is equal to, when we open the bracket, it will become mole raised to minus half. Now liter minus 1 into minus half. So here minus minus will be cancelled. So 1 into half will be half second inverse. The unit of K will be mole raised to minus half, liter raised to plus half, and then second inverse. Now number 4th is K C2H5Cl raised to 1. So here we will see that order of reaction will be first order. So for first order reaction, what will be unit of K? So we know that unit of K equal to mole per liter raised to 1 minus n. So mole per liter raised to 1 minus n, and then we are having second inverse. So it will be equal to mole per liter raised to 1 minus, now it is first order reaction, so 1 minus 1 second inverse. Now here power is 1 minus 1, that will become 0, and something raised to 0 is 1. So that means this whole term will become 1. So we are remaining only with second inverse. So here unit of K is second inverse. So in this way we have completed number 1. Now in number 2 of the exercise we have, for the reaction 2A plus B gives A to B, the rate equal to K into A into B raised to 2 with K equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 mole raised to minus 2 liter raised to 2 second inverse. Calculate the initial rate of reaction when A equal to 0.1 mole per liter, B equal to 0.2 mole per liter. Then calculate the rate of reaction after A is reduced to 0.06 mole per liter. So here we will see that first of all we have to find out initial rate of reaction. So that is equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B raised to 2. Now K is given as 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. Concentration of A is 0.1 into concentration of B is 0.2, and thereafter we are having raised to 2. So that is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 0.1 is nothing but it is 10 raised to minus 1 into 0.2, the whole square is 0.04. So that can be written as 4 into 10 raised to minus 2. So 2 4s are 8 into 10 raised to minus 9, and the unit of rate is whatever is the unit of K, same is the unit of rate. but unit of rate is always fixed. Okay, so that is mole. Here you will see that what is the unit of K. So that is mole raised to minus 2 liter square second inverse. Okay, so what will be the unit of rate? Unit of rate is always fixed, that is mole per liter per second. So this is our first answer. The next is calculate the rate of reaction after A is reduced to 0.06 mole per liter. Now here you have to remember that according to the equation 2A plus B gives A to B. As compared to stoichiometric coefficient of A, the stoichiometric coefficient of B is half. Okay, so if coefficient of A is 2, so coefficient of B is 1, so that means whatever amount of A will be reduced, the amount of B will be reduced will be half of the initial amount. So here you can see that what will be the new concentration of A. So initially the concentration of A was 0.1, now it is reduced to 0.06. So when you subtract, initially the concentration of A was 0.1, now it is reduced to 0.06. So that means the new concentration of A is 0.06 mole per liter. Now what will be the concentration of B? So first of all we have to find out that what will be the concentration of A which is reacted. So that is nothing but it is initial concentration was 0.1 and now its concentration is 0.06. So concentration of A reacted is 0.04 molar. Now we know that 2A plus B, so that means against 2 moles of A 1 mole of B gets reacted. So that means the concentration of B reacted is always half of the concentration of A. So what is the concentration of B reacted? So that is equal to, now initially the concentration of B was 0.2. So out of that the reacted amount will be half of the concentration of A, that is half of 0.04. So that is equal to 0.02 molar is reacted. So what will be the new concentration of B? So initially it was 0.2 and the amount reacted is 0.02. So the concentration of B remaining is 0.18 molar. So in the new rate of reaction we have to use these two concentrations of A and B. So we have to use the same equation of rate, that is rate equal to K into A into B raised to 2. So what is the new concentration of A? That is 0.06 and new concentration of B is 0.18 the whole square. So that is equal to, now instead of K we will write the same value, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 multiply by 0.06 multiply by 0.18 the whole square. So when you will solve this we will get 3.89 and the unit of rate is mole per liter per second. So this is our final answer. Now question number 4.3 of exercise is the decomposition of NH3 on platinum surface is zero order reaction. What are the rates of N to NH2 if K equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole inverse liter second inverse. Now here we will see that the equation of the decomposition of ammonia is 2NH3 gives N2 plus 3H2. Now if you are writing rate of reaction, so that is equal to, now in terms of the reactant we will write minus, now the coefficient of ammonia will be divided, so minus half of d of NH3 by dt and in terms of the production of N2 we'll write plus. Now there is no coefficient of N2, so directly we have to write d of N2 by dt. Similarly for H2 also it is a product, so we'll write plus. Okay, in between you don't have to put plus, in between you have to put equal to sign. Okay, so equal to plus. Now here 3 is there, so we have to divide 3, so so plus 1 by 3 d of H2 by dt. Now rate in terms of rate constant can be written as equal to K into concentration of ammonia. Now it is a zero order reaction, so in the power we have to write down 0. So when we take ammonia raised to 0, so that is 1, so we are just remaining with K. Okay, now we have to find out two things: rate of production of N2 and rate of production of H2. In order to find out rate of production of N2, we have to compare dN2 by dt with K. So that will be equal to, that will be dN2 by dt equal to K. Similarly, if you want to find out rate of production of H2, we have to compare the equation of H2 with K. So that will be 1 by 3 dH2 by dt is equal to K. Now dN2 by dt will be equal to, value of K is 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 4, and the unit of dN2 by dt is mole per liter per second, so that is molar per second. So that is our first answer. Now here we will see that we have to find out dH2 by dt. So that means the 3 of the denominator will get multiplied with K, so that is equal to 3K. So that is equal to 3 into, now K is 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 4. So 2.5 into 3 is nothing but it is 7.5. So our second answer is 7.5 into 10 raised to minus 4, and the unit of dH2 by dt is molar per second. So this is our second answer. Now 4.4 is the decomposition of dimethyl ether leads to the formation of CH4, H2 and CO. The rate of reaction is given by rate equal to K into CH3O CH3 raised to 3 by 2. The rate of reaction is followed by increase in pressure in a closed vessel. So the rate can also be expressed in terms of partial pressure of dimethyl ether. So we can also write rate in terms of partial pressure, so that is equal to K into partial pressure of CH3O CH3 raised to 3 by 2. If pressure is measured in bar and time in minutes, then what are the units of rate and rate constant? Now you have to remember that the unit of rate remains same only. Okay, so we will see that generally we write unit of rate as mole per liter per second. Okay, but here we will see that instead of mole per liter we will write pressure in terms of bar, and the unit of time is minute, so that is in denominator. The unit of rate will be bar per minute. So now we have to find only the unit of K. So what will be the unit of K? So K equal to, now when we make K the subject, we will get K equal to rate upon partial pressure of CH3O CH3 raised to 3 by 2. Now unit of rate is bar per minute and unit of partial pressure is bar raised to 3 by 2. Now in the numerator bar is raised to 1. So we are having bar raised to 1 minus 3 by 2 into minute inverse. So that is equal to bar. Now 1 minus 3 by 2 is minus half minute inverse. So this will become the unit of K. So unit of K is bar raised to minus half minute inverse.